Hello and welcome to Express News. In the next half an hour, we'll get you all the latest news and updates. My name is Abhishek Mahajan. Let's start with the top story. President Draupadi Murmu on Tuesday delivered the keynote address at the 8th International Solar Alliance Assembly in New Delhi, the first ever presidential address to the ISA. Underscoring India's leadership in advancing global solar cooperation and the transformative vision of One World, One Sun, One Grid, the President called the collective action to ensure affordable solar energy for all. Union Minister for New and Renewable Energy and ISA Assembly President Prasar Joshi said the forum reaffirms global solidarity and South-South cooperation. The event brings together delegates from 125 countries reaffirming global commitment to solar cooperation and India's vision of One World, One Sun, One Grid. India's Vice President C.P. Radhakrishnan was accorded a grand felicitation by Coimbatore Citizen Forum and was also presented with the Guard of Honour in Tamil Nadu. Expressing gratitude for the affection of the people, the Vice President spoke about the values of service, integrity and nation building and emphasized the need for collective efforts to achieve Viksit Bharat. Vice President later visited the Perur Mutt, Coimbatore to participate in the centenary celebrations of Shantalinga Ramaswamy Adigalar. Union Cabinet chaired by the Prime Minister Modi approved the terms of reference of 8th Central Pay Commission on Tuesday. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav said that it will revise the salary of nearly 50 lakh central government employees. Prime Minister Modi has extended wishes to countrymen on the last day of Chhath Puja. In a post on X, PM said that the grand 4-day festival concluded on Tuesday with the morning rituals. India's Member of Parliament P. Wilson highlighted India's unwavering commitment to women, peace and security agenda. He was delivering India's national statement at the Peace Building Commission's ambassadorial level meeting on WPS held at UN headquarters. The 8th round of India-Belarus Foreign Office consultations co-chaired by Secretary West C.V. George and Deputy Foreign Minister of the Republic of Belarus was held in Minsk. Both sides discussed the entire gamut of bilateral relations. Permanent representative of India to the United Nations, Parvatneni Harish, hosted the visiting delegation of members of Indian Parliament in New York. Along with parliamentary delegation, Parvatneni Harish paid floral tributes at the statue of Mahatma Gandhi at the United Nations. India's premier public sector aerospace and defence company Hindustan Aeronautics Limited signed a memorandum of understanding with Russia's United Aircraft Corporation on Monday for production of civil jet SJ-100 in Moscow. In a post on X, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh termed it a landmark step, calling a major stride towards achieving Atmanirbharta in civil aviation. The Indian Navy, in partnership with the National Maritime Foundation, is hosting the Indo-Pacific Regional Dialogue IPRD 2025 from Tuesday to Thursday in New Delhi. Its 7th edition, the dialogue brings together 42 speakers from 23 countries. The Indian Navy on Tuesday revealed the crest of Ikshak, the third ship of the 4 indigenous survey vessel. It is set to join the Southern Naval Command on November 6th. Indian Army has signed a contract for the procurement of its first indigenously designed and manufactured software-defined radios developed by DRDO and produced by Bharat Electronics Limited. Indian naval ship Sahodri arrived at Sasebo in Japan on Tuesday and is participating in Japan-India Maritime Exercise JMX 2025. India and the United States conducted bilateral trainings focused on anti-submarine warfare and maritime domain awareness to strengthen and refine the interoperability between two navies in the vicinity of Diego Garcia and the Indian Ocean from October 22nd to 28th. Business updates now. Indian equity benchmark indices remain under pressure. On Tuesday at close, the Sensex was down around 150 points at 84,628.16. Nifty was down 29 points at 25,936.20. Indian rupee ended flat at 88.26 per dollar on Tuesday. Gold futures maturing on December 5 was priced at 1,18,065 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for December 5 maturity stood at 1,40,436 rupees per kg on the MCX. Minister of Electronics and Information Technology Ashwini Vaishnaw praised India's smartphone exports surge, which hit a record $1.8 billion in September, doubling sales from the previous year. Brent crude oil was priced at $64.45 per barrel on Tuesday. E-commerce company Amazon plans to cut about 14,000 corporate jobs beginning Tuesday. The cuts come amid greater use of artificial intelligence and automation. Meta and TikTok confirmed they will comply with Australia's new social media law banning users under 16 from December 10. Google announced plans to restart the Duane Arnold nuclear facility in Iowa to power its AI and cloud infrastructure. The plant, closed in 2020, is expected to resume in 2029. US President Donald Trump is on a visit to Japan, and along with Japanese PM Sanae Takaichi, he visited the Yokosuka Naval Base on Tuesday. The Japanese Prime Minister and Donald Trump addressed the gathering on board the aircraft carrier USS George Washington docked at the US Naval Base in Yokosuka. Takaichi said that this will raise the US-Japan alliance to even greater heights. Trump and Japan PM Takaichi on Tuesday signed a framework agreement for securing the supply of critical minerals and rare earths through mining and processing. Trump praised Takaichi's elevation as the country's first female leader. Talks between the two focused on trade and security. During Trump's visit, Japanese PM Takaichi gifted Trump the putter of late Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, a golf bag signed by Japanese major winner Hideki Matsuyama, and a gold leaf gold ball. On the sidelines of Trump's first visit to Japan, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with his Japanese counterpart Toshimitsu Motegi on Tuesday. US Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick on Tuesday announced $490 billion in investment deals during a business leaders event in Tokyo. US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth addressed military personnel at the US Naval Base in Yokosuka on Tuesday, emphasizing the importance of alliances and projecting strength amid growing regional tensions. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said on Tuesday that Russia cannot assess the peace negotiations with Ukraine because Kiev has put them on hold and is unwilling to answer questions posed by Russia. Hamas on Monday handed over the remains of another deceased hostage. Israel on Tuesday identified the remains belonging to the fallen hostage, Ofer Zarfate. Israel PM Netanyahu's office said that this constitutes a clear violation of the agreement by Hamas and that Netanyahu would meet with heads of the defense establishment, during which Israel's steps in response to the violations will be discussed. Malaysia handed over chair of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations to Philippines on Tuesday at the end of the annual three-day summit in Kuala Lumpur. European Union Chief Ursula von der Leyen on Tuesday described the repeated incursions in Lithuania's airspace as a provocation. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko on Tuesday said that Lithuania's closure of the border with Belarus was a crazy scam. Lithuania accused Belarus of hitting it with a hybrid attack on Monday after dozens of balloons loaded with contraband forced it to temporarily close airports. Tensions escalated on Monday after two US B-1B bombers conducted a flight over the Caribbean near Venezuela, the third display of military power in recent weeks. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro announced on Monday that his country is halting energy cooperation with Trinidad and Tobago, including ongoing joint natural gas projects. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Kamla Prasad rejected Venezuela's threat to end a joint gas project over her government's decision to host a US warship. A day after a US warship docked in Trinidad, Maduro has repeatedly accused the United States of attempting to oust him from power. A light aircraft carrying tourists from Hungary and Germany crashed in Kenya on Tuesday, killing all 11 people on board. Alright, we are slipping into a very short break. On the other side, more stories. Keep watching Express News on DD India. Welcome back. You're watching Express News. Some more stories. Climate-related updates now. Cyclone Monta is intensifying over the Bay of Bengal and is expected to make landfall along the Andhra Pradesh. The storm is bringing heavy rain and strong winds to coastal districts of Andhra Pradesh and southern Odisha. In Odisha and Andhra Pradesh, multiple flights and trains were cancelled. Coastal authorities have activated emergency response measures, including pre-deployment of National Disaster Response Force teams. The India Met Department issued a red alert for Andhra Pradesh and Odisha, warning of strong winds. Chennai and other parts of Tamil Nadu recorded rainfall on Tuesday due to Cyclone Monta. Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnav on Tuesday held a review meeting on Cyclone Monta preparedness. To tackle rising air pollution, the Delhi government carried out 2 cloud seeding trials on Tuesday. The cloud seeding process is in line with Delhi government's broader strategy to mitigate deteriorating air quality. Jamaican authorities have urged residents to move to higher ground and shelters as Hurricane Melissa nears landfall. The Category 5 storm, one of the strongest ever recorded in the region, could affect up to 1.5 million people in Jamaica. The Red Cross warned, citing the potential for a massive impact. Melissa has already claimed 7 lives in Jamaica, Haiti and the Dominican Republic and continues to unleash torrential rain and destructive winds as it moves slowly across the Caribbean towards Jamaica. Record rainfall of up to 1.7 meters in 24 hours submerged Vietnam's central city of Hue, forcing thousands to evacuate. Residents waded through waist-deep floods or used boats to move around. Schools were shut and heavy rain continues to lash the region. A 6.1 magnitude earthquake struck western Turkey, with tremors felt in Istanbul, Izmir and other cities. Turkey's emergency agency reported no immediate casualties. News about culture and life. The 4-day Chhath Puja celebrations concluded with morning rituals where devotees offered water to the rising sun. On the final day of Chhath Puja, devotees stand waist deep in water to offer prayers to the rising sun. During celebrations, many families perform the rituals across India. Internationally, Chhath festival is being celebrated across Nepal, with devotees offering prayers to the sun god and observing fasting. The President of Uganda and the First Lady hosted a Diwali dinner for the Indian community at State House in Entebbe. High Commissioner Upendra Singh Rawat highlighted India-Uganda ties. On Manhattan's Upper East Side, a stoop decorated with Lego flowers has become a viral Halloween attraction. Halloween-themed Lego stoop took a week to build and now draws crowds to her block. In California's Orange County, a Halloween-themed car wash gives customers spooky surprises, from zombies banging on windshields to masked figures opening car doors. The event started in 2020 during the pandemic and has grown into a seasonal tradition. A Halloween parade was held at the Tottori sand dunes in western Japan, with participants dressed in costumes marching across the vast dunes to avoid crowded city streets. Some participants dressed as Mayako, the official mascot of the recently concluded 2025 Osaka World Expo. The Green Moments, Green Actions, Green Future award ceremony and photo exhibition was held in Hanoi by the Department of Environment under Vietnam's Ministry of Agriculture and Environment. The contest received 963 entries from 192 photographers across 26 provinces. 12 works won top prizes and 50 selected photos are on display at Hoan Kiem Cultural and Sports Centre until October 31st. Authorities in Australia are using drones to monitor sharks off Sydney's beaches as part of a multi-layered approach to swimmer safety. The inaugural Ironman World Race kicked off above Morocco's Agadir, bringing together elite athletes for the grueling three-stage event. Entertainment updates now. The makers of India's hit series The Family Man have announced that Season 3 will premiere on November 21st. Renowned actor Manoj Joshi's popular play Chanakya will be staged in Delhi this November. The play highlights the historical and contemporary relevance of Chanakya. The trailer of Indian actors Imran Hashmi and Yami Gautam starrer Haq was launched on Tuesday. The film showcases a courtroom confrontation. The action drama Dacoit has got a new release date of March 19th next year. The film stars Adivi Sesh and Mrinal Thakur. Indian horror comedy Thamma starring Ayushmann Khurrana and Rashmika Mandanna fell short of ₹100 crore mark in its opening week, earning 94.85 crore since its release. Tunisian director Kauthar Ben Hania's award-winning drama The Voice of Hind Rajab held its premiere in Deir el-Bala, marking the launch of the first Gaza International Festival for Women's Cinema. American director Nia da Costa reimagines Henrik Ibsen's classic Hedda Gabler in a new film Hedda. The film will begin streaming on OTT from Wednesday. American director Dan Trachtenberg returns to Predator franchise with Predator Badlands and is set to release worldwide on November 7th. English musician Paul McCartney is the focus of the upcoming documentary Man on the Run, tracing his solo career after the Beatles and the formation of Wings. The film features unseen footage and archival material. Veteran British actress Prunella Scales, best known for playing Sybil Fawlty is the classic sitcom Fawlty Towers, has died at the age of 93. Sports now. After the ODI series, the focus shifts to the shortest format as Suryakumar Yadav led India take on Australia in the first T20 of the 5-match series in Canberra on Wednesday. The series will be important for both teams as ICC T20 World Cup 2026 is just a few months away. Both these sides will be among the favourites to lift the trophy. Indian batter Shefali Verma was drafted into India's squad as a replacement for Pratika Rawal ahead of Women's World Cup 2025 semi-final clash against Australia at Navi Mumbai on Thursday. Meanwhile, in first semi-finals, England will lock horns with South Africa at the Barsapara Cricket Stadium in Guwahati on Wednesday. India's T20I skipper Suryakumar Yadav provided an update on Shreyas Iyer's recovery, revealing that he is stable and recovering well at a Sydney hospital after being moved out of the ICU. India's vice captain Smriti Mandhana maintained her position at the top of the ICC Women's ODI batter rankings following her stellar performances in the ongoing World Cup. Sujit Kalkal won the gold medal in the 65kg men's freestyle category at Under-23 World Wrestling Championships in Serbian city of Novi Sad. Italy is entering the final stretch of preparations for the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics with the symbolic 100-day milestone falling on Wednesday. The opening ceremony of the 2026 Winter Olympics will be staged at Milan's famous San Siro Stadium and feature other venues across northern Italy. Serie A club Juventus have sacked head coach Igor Tudor after failing to win their last 8 matches in all competitions. Napoli midfielder Kevin De Bruyne will be sidelined for an extended period of time after suffering a thigh injury during a Serie A game against Inter Milan. Real Madrid captain Dani Carvajal is set to undergo surgery on his right knee, which will keep him out of action for at least 10 weeks. The Turkish Football Federation announced an extensive investigation involving more than 150 referees suspected of betting on soccer matches. Continuing his legendary father's legacy, Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. has earned a call-up to the Portugal under-16 squad. Milton Jimenez's second-half brace helped Boca Juniors beat Barracas Central 3-1 in Argentina's Clausura competition. Well, that's all we have in this edition of Express News. You stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.